Hello, this is the
Hello.
Provoked Prawn, and this is Nanoleaf, the Aurora Rhythm Starter Kit and Expansion Pack. I'm going to be doing an unboxing video here to show you what's inside these kits. I've actually got two starter kits, which consists of 9 RGB lighting panels, the rhythm module, and then the expansion kit includes an extra 3 panels. The unboxing video, I'm going to show you what's inside the box and then show you the power of these things. Now it's pretty interesting because they're basically tiles, triangular tiles, which can be connected together in a variety of shapes and stuck to your wall. And then you can choose from a number of different lighting options. You can see on the box there's some suggestions on shapes that you can use, but you can set up anything your imagination can desire, or if you're creative enough, you can put something together. You can also find ideas on Nanoleaf's website and within the app, and if you Google, there's a bunch of stuff on Reddit as well. People have come up with ideas there. It's worth bearing in mind that to create the larger patterns, like the two on the back, the musical note and the big one and the gaming area, you need a lot of panels. You're looking at about 30 panels. Now, these two starter kits together and the expansion pack would cost about £500, which is quite a lot of money. But it is a pretty awesome piece of kit. This is compatible with Amazon Alexa, Google Home, and If This Then That, as well as Apple HomeKit. So it basically offers a lot of different smart home functionality, which is pretty neat. It also makes for an excellent bit of lighting in your area, and it's pretty unusual. I've got some Philips Hue lighting behind my gaming area, but you can use this in a similar way, except it's a bit more striking. Whereas you hide the light strips with Philips Hue, this is very much part of the design of your room. The rhythm module is also pretty interesting. Those little cards there that you can see inside the box are the way that you connect the different triangle panels together, and then you have this one module here which supplies the power. Actually, I was pretty surprised and pleased with how long the power cable is. It seems like it would be pretty easy to hide away. Inside the box you also get the American style adapter and the British one, which is nice. Although, I don't know why I'd need the American one. And then, as I said, 9 panels. You also get stencils inside the box between each of the panels, which serve as a sort of thing to look after them. Now you see here on each side of the panels you have the port where the cardboard controllers slot in, and that allows for the connections between the different panels that then powers the lighting, obviously. You can also buy, it's worth noting, you can also buy an expansion kit which includes accessories that include flexible connectors which allow you to go between different walls, which isn't something I've got, but that might be worth checking out, and rigid supports. So this comes with 3M stickers to stick to your wall, which are pretty secure. And a point of note here is if you're considering putting these up, it's worth planning out using the stencils and getting an idea of what shape you want to build rather than just taking them out of the box and sticking them on the wall, because the 3M stickers are pretty secure and they're a bit of a nightmare to get down afterwards otherwise. And I would highly recommend also using a measure and a spirit level to make sure you've got enough room and that you get it straight, because I have managed to mount mine slightly wonky, so I'm going to have to buy some 3M stickers and redo it. But that's actually pretty cool because it gives me a chance to change shapes and get a different design going on. That's the rhythm module there. It's basically a simple little box which plugs into any of the triangles and then allows you to change to rhythm mode, which then changes the lighting according to the music. And you can choose from a variety of different patterns and colours within the app, both for the standard mode and for rhythm mode. I'll give you an example of this at the end of the video. You'll be able to see what that looks like in action, but it's pretty cool. You can also download user-built color modes, which is pretty neat, so you can get a good variety of different color modes, whether you want to fill with a certain color or have it change colors in a certain pattern or react to the music in different colors and different patterns. There's loads of flexibility here, which is one of the real highlights of this device. As I said, it is expensive, but it's also really interesting. It's also really easy to put together. These panels are ridiculously easy to put together. You just got the cardboard connector that goes between them. You just need to line them up and slot them together. It is worth bearing in mind that 9 panels won't create much of a shape. They're quite large triangles, but if you're trying to create any sort of shape, you do need a lot of panels. The expansion kit includes the 3 extra panels, which doesn't really give you that many extra options, I'll be honest. But if you felt like you just didn't quite have enough, then this is an option to add on to that. It doesn't function on its own, though. It does require the starter kit. And you can combine starter kits as well, which is one of the nice things here. So if you've got the money, you can buy 2 starter kits, which will give you 18 panels instead of the 9, and that's a bit better than buying 1 starter kit and an expansion kit. You obviously don't need the extra power though, because the single power unit will supply quite a few triangles. I'm not sure how many, but it works fine with the 21 that I've got installed, as you'll see at the end. The box for the expansion kit just basically includes the 3 triangles and then another packet which includes the connectors and some more 3M stickers. Pretty simple kit there. Now, as I said, it is compatible with Google Home, which means it works with Google Assistant and Amazon Alexa, so you can use your smart home device or your phone to activate these lightings. It's also compatible with IFTTT, if this then that, so you can create various recipes to make it act alongside other things in your home. I've been looking at ways to try and get it to sync up with Philips Hue. There's a variety of different recipes out there that you can use to do things like change the lighting when you come home or turn it on at certain hours. It plugs straight into the mains and gets its power that way, obviously, so it's pretty easy to use. And then there's an app on your phone which you can download for iOS or Android devices. Once it's all plugged into the mains, you can then connect the power adapter. And as I said before, you get a quite long cable there. So as long as you've got a nearby plug, it should be fine. You can see the power adapter and the rhythm controller both have the same input. And it basically means you can plug the power in wherever you want to, wherever best suits your design when you've got it on the wall, which means that you can manage your cables quite neatly. And the rhythm module itself doesn't require any extra power either, it just plugs nicely into one of the triangles. So that's what you basically can see when you first plug it in. Another point actually I'd recommend doing is plugging the panels in while you're installing them, because one of the problems I had with installing these on the wall was some of the connections weren't quite in properly, and I'd mounted them all up on the wall with the stickers and then found that actually some of the lights weren't showing up once I finally got around to plugging it in, which was a bit frustrating. And then I had to pry them off the wall and make sure those connections were sorted out. So it's worth doing this, just plugging it in beforehand. 1, to make sure it's all working, but 2, to make sure that you're installing it properly as you go around. On the default settings, it just goes between the different colours, but within the app you can obviously change that to your liking. The little connector cards are idiot proof as well, because they're double-sided, so you can basically plug them in any way you want. You can't get it wrong. You found some of them were a bit sticky, like the prongs were slightly bent or just a bit stiff, but a little bit of force and you soon get those working in together. And as you plug them in, they light up straight away as well, so you know they're working and you can get an idea of what it's going to look like. Just for the moment, because there wasn't much room on my desk, I created a bit of a nice circle, nice simple shape. Obviously you can be a bit more adventurous with your designs, and you'll see what I ended up with. It's worth planning out though, because I did end up accidentally creating a camel on my wall. It wasn't the shape I was originally intending. Unfortunately, I found out I didn't have quite enough panels to do what I wanted to do. So again, it's worth having a look at that and working out what shape you want to create and how many panels it's going to require before you get started. The video probably doesn't do it justice, but these panels are insanely bright. They're also very colourful. You can adjust the brightness within the app, which is obviously important and makes a big difference. And you can set darker colours as well. You wouldn't want these on bright white if they're facing that wall all the time. The synchronization with the Rhythm app is really cool as well. I use that for music, but obviously you could use it for films and gaming too, and it just makes your wall look awesome as it reacts in different ways to the different lighting effects that you've chosen. So this has been an unboxing of Nanoleaf, the starter kit and the expansion pack, and I'm going to leave you now to enjoy a couple of samples of what that looks like when it's on your wall and how it reacts to sound. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please let me know in the comments if you have any thoughts, and please like and subscribe and come back for more in future. Thanks very much. This is Provoke for One signing out.
Yeah, this album is dedicated to all the teachers that told me I never amount to nothing. To all the people that lived above the buildings that I was hustling from that called the police on me when I was just trying to make some money to feed my daughter. And all the niggas in the struggle, you know what I'm saying? It's all good, baby, baby. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine, hanging pictures on my wall. Every Saturday, rap attack Mr. Magic Molly Mall. I let my tape rock till my tape pop, smoking weed and bamboo, sipping on private stock. Wait.
Broken, feeling hopeless, smoking drove the duck the bogus. Puff until I'm comatose, went to work and no one noticed. Chasing currency, my perks lurk mercilessly. Script the word to beats, verbal hearse I hurt with deceit. Comprende, pretenders get the Kimbe. Slapped up in the facial, they the patient, I'm the sensei. Crucial with the usual, cruising and we boozing too. Goof is an excuse to lose your cool. When you're feeling blue, illin' dudes. Southside pirates come invade your iris. Study math and ancient science to acquire knowledge. Increase the paper major, living large is in my nature. Back in days and waves and pages, pops had hella flavor. Past the generations, smash with demonstrations, crass intimidations. I craft with innovation, overwork and underpaid's the name of the same game. Slave trade, day to day, more work.